Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Shadowhand. Let's continue. So we're getting back to Maria in chapter 12, which, yeah, at a certain point, it's very dangerous to potentially have a scenario where the events and intrigue that happen in chapter 1 are only pushed forward slightly and only really addressed in chapter 2, and then they're resolved in chapter 12, because it makes it feel like maybe all of chapter 3 through 11 were unnecessary elements, and maybe they will play a role, but I wouldn't be surprised if you were going to give a single paragraph summation of the story, if it isn't the events of chapter 1, maybe a little bit in chapter 2, and then chapter 12 is the next thing you even bother to mention. So this is Meadowfield Mill, in which Maria comes clean about her dealing with Miss... what does that say? Cracker? Cougar? Alright, let's just go with Cracker. Sure, why not? Croaker. Yeah, I knew it wasn't Cracker, but... yeah. Cracker being an old insult. Not as old as this time frame, though, of slave owners cracking whips. White people. Something also that probably wouldn't even make sense to most people if you call them it nowadays. Okay, and so now we're back to Lady Cornelia, back into her outfit. And boy, does she just not look in place at all. It feels like there should have been, in the first couple chapters, just some event that took away her wig or hair up in this hairdo, and she never turned back. To have her bounce back and forth in it with no commentary seems very odd. Mariah, well met. I've missed you. I thought you had sailed away, so why are you here washing? I guess that says washing. I'm scrubbing out stains for nasty criminals. It's a handy place to meet you, and the toffs won't come here and spot me. I don't know what toffs are. Kind of feels like some of these words might be better if they had an explanation in parentheses, or you could hover over them and get a definition. Honestly, I think that would be the nice evolution of just alt text on computers, is if you can just highlight something and get a definition. And you kind of can do that in Word and Chrome browser, but it's not just default in every single depiction of a word. I had a grand old time on Captain Dread's boat. I needed some time away to think. He's a bit rougher on the edges, but I like him. Yeah, it seems like she may end up together with the captain. He said he's known countless youngsters run away to sea for all kinds of reasons, but that their worries usually follow them. His words rang true. I came back to put things right here with you, my lady. I'm so glad you have returned, Mariah. And, like, no real revelation there. We're gonna get a new skill, which, I mean, it basically has to be either a club or an animal skill, I would say. And then we're gonna find Mariah's laundry bat and then defeat the chapter boss. Alright, so back to solitaire. And immediately we might as well just reset. Just restart the hand if you can't get a match on the first play. Okay. If I go 6, 7, 8. It's probably wrong. I probably want to go 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 0, 9, 0, 1, 2. That was a bad 2, actually, to take, but whatever. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2. Wow. Just a really great combo there. And might as well shuffle. And then see 3. And then might as well play this. 4. See, that gets you halfway towards like a 5 multiplier. See, 9. Should play with this 8. That way it opens that. And the chances of failing here seem close to 0. You'd be really hard pressed to run into a failure. So 4, 5. I guess you take this 4. 1, 3 takes this 4. 9 takes this 8. 6 can't do anything. 1 can't do anything. 2 can't do anything. 1 can't do anything. 5 can work that. 9 can open that. Now we're back to 2 cards. Now we're back to 1 card. We don't need a specific number of stars, so there's almost an argument to just let this happen, since it looks like we're gonna lose anyways. Just go forward. Yeah. Cards left 3, no stars. Do we go forward or do we retry? Let's just retry. Since we're making a YouTube video here, we would retry. But honestly, at this point, I think I would probably just move forward. Maybe this is one of those games where it is more about just accepting the occasional failure and moving on with your life. So 7 of diamonds versus 7 of trees. And then nothing else can be done. 7, 6, 2. 9. Didn't. I guess you play a 0, and then you play a 9, then you play another 0, then you play another 9, then you play an 8, then you play another 9. I could destroy these 2 cards, but they're not particularly the cards you would want to destroy. Because, yeah, like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a bad combo. And then 1, 2, 1. And then 8, 9, 8. Then 3, 2, 8. We're filling up on spare cards, which that's a good thing because I think we were going to really need that. yeah, I'm not foreseeing an easy challenge going forward through the back half of this game. We may very well just have to turn down the difficulty. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna win again. Alright, 2 failures in a row, I say we skip it. If that happens. Yeah, I just don't think it's really worth starting over again and trying. We have 4 remaining cards. 0, 4, 5, 6, 5. This again feels like this is just a pre-bought background. Like, in my mind, I wouldn't really just write that you would have a background with women washing laundry in the river. I would probably just have a generic tavern that she was hiding in, or a generic house. But the idea of having people in the background seems like extra work if you were going to commission this art piece. Tell me about your troubles then. Writing letters to lovelorn gentlemen seems such a harmless diversion. What went wrong, Mariah? Well, some of their requests got more exotic, and I doubted they were true gentlemen. I feel dirty now, Lady Cornelia. Dirty and ashamed, and certain that you can no longer associate with me. Darling Maria, you showed me some of your writing. You are light-hearted and full of teasing jokes and stories. If those men gave offense, then we need never open their letters again. We'll never be dirty in my eyes, Maria. Being passionate is not a crime. See, this feels like this is a very censored way of saying, hey, they were asking for her to write dirty things, or what would be the equivalent of dick pics in modern time. How can you be so kind, my lady? I barely deserve it. But I also kind of do believe that in this time frame, a character like Maria may just have this self-taught or self-hate that she would feel like she was guilty because she's been the victim of unwanted advances. Since you left, Maria, I've done some shameful things. I've even went to Gowl. It is I who should beg you to forgive my faults. I will always forgive you, my lady, just as any true friend would. Now tell me everything about how you ended up in Gowl. Is it true they eat rats for breakfast? So, yeah. This feels like a conversation that is getting interrupted way too often with games of solitaire. Let's see. Do we go 9 or do we go 1? I think we go 1 because that would reveal 2 cards. And then 1 can go back to 0. Which then can go to this 9 to unlock this. Which then I guess could either go back to this, go to this 8, which is back to this 9. And I guess that's about as much as we can do. Now would be a perfect time to shuffle, so. And we're gonna get some food items to use. That's potentially helpful. Do we have a 7? No, so we can go 9, 0, 1, 2, 1, 1. And then we can go 2 and 3 And nothing more. Unless we want to destroy some cards. And I would have to really question whether, if I was to use this hammer to destroy a card, whether it would hit any of these other cards. I don't think it would. Plus, we've got plenty of opportunity to succeed here otherwise. So 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 6. Yeah, that was a great combo. Then 0 doesn't do anything for us. 4, it's a 3, 2, 2, 4, 3 can get that one. 7 can get us 6, 7, and 8. And this is going to be kind of a complicated three individual step to clear all of those. 4, 5. You know what? I probably should play this now because there's only 2 cards that are face up. My fear would be if I played this on the very last option, it would just do the one card that is actually face up and then not match the card beneath it. 8, 9, 3, 5, 1, 4. Got it. There's inherently a problem also with this midpoint of the story, trying to recount all the adventures we've been on in the previous chapters, in the fact that storyline wise there's actually been very little adventures we've been on. It's been a lot more solitaire. Like, frankly, it would make more sense if Lady Cornelia and Maria sat down and just talked about, oh, I've played so much solitaire. One time I got a combo of 26 and I found all these new skills as far as playing solitaire. I've been playing so much solitaire lately. Solitaire, I assume, is supposed to be a metaphor for doing other actions, but it seems to be a metaphor for doing pretty much any other action instead of one specific action. Lady Cornelia, I shall be scolded if I don't get on with some work. Will you help me find my laundry bat so that I can begin? Of course. Where do you think you saw it last? Yep. Let's see. Yeah, I'm back to solitaire. This one probably would hit these two. Would be kind of nice if it lit up what cards it was going to affect. It does kind of seem like it lights up the card you're hovering over, but it doesn't particularly light up the thing next to it. Okay. There's nothing else we can do, so we'll flip. 7 here gives us a possibility of something else. Then you have to go to 6. And then you probably have to go to this 7 as your best move. And then 8 here can get this 7 and nothing else. And then this 1 could be 1, 2. Yeah, pretty much it, just that 2. And this 1 should be this one, because there's nothing else to do. This 0 actually is a better move, on second thought. Let's see, 6, 5. Yeah, 6, 5, 6, 5. 0, 4, 3. So we can go 3, 2, 1, 0, or we could go 2, 3. It's probably better to go 2, 3. Might as well shuffle now. And we can take that 4, that 5. And that leaves us with no more options. Then 8, 9, 8. I guess 9, or you go 7. Can go 7, I guess. And then 8 again. Got lucky there. And then this 9. Then 5. Does nothing. 4. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 9. Mm-hmm. 3, 2, 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4. These deals do seem slightly more generous than what we've seen in the past, so maybe the game is lightening up a little bit and not trying to just completely and totally wreck you. That being said, I just got totally wrecked. Do we waste a Joker card here, or do we just end the turn? I mean, we're so close to the end. 6. Ah, this is so irritating. Joker card. And Joker card. So all that saving up for Joker cards is for nothing. And I was just complimenting the game on being easier. And it shows itself to not really be that way. If anything, I was just ignorant and thought it was easier, not realizing that I only had a few more moves before I was about to lose. 8. Can we play this? 7. This is face up, but you can't play it yet. And at some point, I guess if you got enough points, you might have entire deals where every card is face up. Which, yeah, that is certainly something, a different experience at that level. And maybe it does make an argument to go back and just grind and play this on relaxed first before trying to beat it on very hard. If anything, I might just be spending a lot of effort to avoid redundancy when a little redundancy would have taken me a very long way. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1. Take the 2 or take the 0. Take the 2, I guess. Then we'll shuffle. Then we can do 2, 3, 2, 1. Then we can play this to get rid of 2 cards. Okay, 4, 5, 6. Then there's nothing more to do. 8, 9. And then there's nothing more to do. 6. Can't play. 8 can't play. 7 can get this 6. And now we're looking for exactly one card. And let's see, if I play this card, now that gets me there. And we're still one card away until this unlocks, and we now know what to target if we have to play again. Which we very possibly will have to play again. Yeah, unless in the remaining 6 cards there is just a massively lucky run. Let's see. Yep. But I couldn't ever see myself trading points away from getting better cards when the stock draw happens in favor of trying to actually just see the cards. While that level of strategy would be helpful and nice, it really isn't something I think I could ever really prioritize. Zero. Still didn't do anything. Could hit this. Would that hit this and this? I don't think it would. Yeah. Four, then you take this 3, then you take this 4. That unlocks that. And then you're just back to, I guess, normal gameplay at that point. And still plenty of opportunity to fail. Can't click on that 5 yet. 6. Can't do anything. 3. 2. 1. 0. 9. I could go back to 1 0 0 1, but that wouldn't help me much. 8 7 I think is better. 6 5. Not too bad of a combo. Then do we go 9 or do we go 7? I think you go 7. 6. Alright. 8 doesn't. Gets rid of that 9. Then that gets rid of that 0. Then that goes 1, 2, 3. I'm getting a little itchy to finish a turn when I may very well have plays still to do. 9. 6. 0. 9. 9. 5. 4. 2. 1. 2. 2. 1. 7. 8. 9. Alright, so 7 options to get it all clear. I think we can pull that off. If not, we can play that spare card. And ideally, one of the things that you could help with this is if you have 5 cards remaining, when you make this match, it should just automatically flip through all these cards to see if there are any spare cards in it to give you some more spare cards. That would be a nice little bit of fanfare in an animation, and it would be a nice bit of help. But a lot of the help that you might need seems to probably only be needed for playing on very hard. And I think my decision is probably going to mostly rely on saying just don't play this on very hard and you'll have a fine time. Or be prepared for a lot of resetting and retrying if you do play it on hard. I think this is the better card to unlock because this one is just a straight one, while this is a zigzag pile. So there's more cards actually under that pile. Then don't have an 8, so you play this 0, and that's, I guess, all we can do. Then 5, 6, 5, 4, 5. 1, 0, 9, 8. I guess there's your laundry stick. Let's see. 7, 8, 9. In the turn. And then 0, 1, 2, 3, I guess. 2. Or we could go 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe. 1, 2. And then we've got a 3 here. Get that 3 revealed. So, if this charges up, then I could use it on this and probably hit all 3 of those cards at once. So, yeah. Let's not use this now. Can I do anything else? No. 6. Well, I might as well play it then. 5. And then back to 6. Or do you go 4, 3? I think you go 4, 3. And then back to 4. And back to 3. And then take the 2. Take the 3. Take the 4. So much for the hammer there, but the hammer would work here, so that's still, I think, worth not playing this yet. Do we have anything else we can play? No. 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 9, 0. And now that this is finally charged, I don't have something great to use it on. You found Maria's laundry bat. It's heavy duty enough to beat the dirt out of even the most filthy garments. Yeah. Okay. And I guess at this point, it probably is worth it to play that. But it's not really worth it to play that. 1 gets that. Let's see. We have 8 more chances. Seven. I could play this now and then take the 4 remaining chances. Or I can just hope. And I think hope will win. Because now I could play this spare 3, or I could just use this ability. Which I think I probably just use this ability. So that now leaves us with 3 remaining solitaire games and basically no story happening for 2 or 3 games. The old washerwoman I'm working for is a mad curmudgeon. She gives a famous beating with that laundry bat of hers. I think I could learn something here. Maybe she'll battle me. Rather you than me. Here she comes. Take my bat and challenge her. So So be warned, I ain't above giving anyone a good hiding. Even you, milady. So they're battling each other with a 15 base damage and 20% chance to stun, laundry bat plus 2 melee weapon / tool. Which, once again, this may be the first instance in which we actually are well situated for fighting someone. And we are fighting with just the laundry bat, which is 13 base damage and 20% chance to stun. The percent chance of stun seems to be the same even if you do get a general difference there. And I can't have any inventory or items or anything like that, so we're not using any consumables. Collect oat suit cards to give your tools and clubs additional charge. Okay, so the trees, now we have that third training. Trees give you an increase there, which kind of makes it feel like the masks suit would give you more stealth, and the cup suit would give you better usage of your better usage of the, what am I trying to say? Better usage of your potions and consumables. That's yeah, that would probably cover everything except for diamonds, and then diamonds could be an ability that would potentially increase your gold. But if you get like an ability that increases your gold halfway through the game, that's kind of pointless. Unless there are skills being unlocked now that will just be available in a potential Shadowhand 2, and I really would have to question whether there's enough of a market demand for a potential Shadowhand 2. Regency Solitaire I think was pretty popular, and I am very glad to see Grey Alien Games instead go in a forward direction instead of just make another Regency Solitaire game. Do we play now or do we wait? I mean, there's like one cup here, but there's no oaks. I think we play that now. Then 4, 2. I could go 4 here and reveal 1 card, and that's it. And I don't know if there's a spare card worth spending at the moment. Our health is at 60 out of 60 and hers is 33 out of 66, so it feels like she's fairly easy to defeat. I don't know if there's some reason for that, or if I just got lucky. I think I may just have gotten lucky. Play that card. That's the best I could do. Now, the irony would be if she hits me for like a massive amount of damage like she just did and balanced it out. And she totally did that. Take this 4. And do we want to play a spare 6? Six, 7, 8 doesn't get you back to 6. 7, 8. I guess you could now do 9. And you can now do 0 and go 1, 2. And that leaves you with no more moves unless I want to play a spare 3 and go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I guess that works. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. And that does a damage of 25, so that nearly defeats her. She has only a defense of 2, but I have a defense of 0. We seem to end up fighting as Lady Cornelia more often than I would think, considering how I don't really expect this game to be that long. Here we can just cycle through this. Okay. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Yeah, we have enough to win already, but let's just make sure there's nothing else to do. Overkill of 8. But then this is subchapter 6, so there's 2 more subchapters. So we're going to fight a real boss, which I kind of suspect will be Maria, but I also have to question what was the whole point of this chapter at this point, because Maria seems to not really have told us much of anything. Which is funny because they were setting her up and writing her as if she was going to be the person who knew everything that was going on. At the very least, I would have assumed that she would have said she found out something about Peregrine and him stealing money from the Darkmoor estate or something, or Peregrine assaulting her. Well, when my lasses misbehave, I wash their mouths out with soap. Care to try it? And here Miss Tubb is definitely being written as just your standard abusive matronly person. Disarm one opponent weapons temporarily. For how long, I wonder. And yeah, getting introduced yet another item is fine, but you don't get enough of these items to use them that often. All the gimmicks in this game, whether it's on the board or whether it's a usable item in a duel or whether it's a weapon, they all seem to come and go from the attention of the player very quickly. Like, you just use them once and then you never use them again. Let's see. 9. Four, 5, 6, 5, 4, 5. She's gonna play this soap at some point, and unless I can lower her health fairly quickly, I think that's going to play out badly, because we only have one item, and so that is going to be quite the quagmire if we can't play a card and do anything. 0, 1, 0 could happen, or 2, 1, 1, 2, or yeah, I just want to hold on to these spares, though. If anything, I probably should just use the spare cards only when there's no other option. So yeah, you just cannot attack at all. For how long? 3 turns. Alright, well, in your turn. Yep. 5. Can't do anything anyway, so you're in there. Is this just not even getting charged while we're playing? It may very well be the case. About to lose. This has no charge. Maybe it was reset down to 0 charge. 2, 1, 0. Now it's back to being half charged. 3. Okay. So, do some of the items I have equipped, which I probably don't even have equipped now, potentially reset me to be the first one to go first when there's a new deal on the second time around? I'd suspect no, it doesn't work that way, but I don't know for a fact. 3, 2, 1. Attack. All she has to hit me though is once. And of course I'm gonna lose. So, and you have to win. So how can we ensure a victory here? The game fills up all of our energy bars and active abilities to give you a bit of help that way. We definitely can play now and try and push combos as far as possible. 3. I guess that's probably as much as we can do now. So you're just not going to get to 66 damage though. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then if I use my ability now, I could get to a 6 and then another 5. Which, no, I can't actually get to a 6 and another 5. So unless I got a major combo to do 45 or 47 actually in the next turn, I feel like she will probably just run out of options and end up playing the soap. So you almost want her to attack instead of using the soap, but the stun, the disarm. Just, I think at this point you do probably just don't play until the game, until it's the disarm is disarmed. But once again, if she gets even like 1 charge, I lose. So how do I solve for that? without just getting a lucky deal. Let's see, she went first that time, so it's not always you who goes first. It could be that we need to equip things. But you can't equip any things. Yeah, it really just feels like you have to get randomly lucky. Should I just attack now and not play any further? Because if I go 7-6-7, I can't do anything. If I go 7-6-5, I can't do anything. Maybe I play this now because I want to potentially get rid of cards that are on the field to lower the chance of the opponent succeeding. Let's see. Undo that. There we go. 0, 1, and then 0, 2, I guess 3, 2. Then, yeah, 7, 8, 7, 6. Sets me up enough for another attack, and there's just so many zeros here. Might as well leave it there. The odds that she'll be able to do anything in the next couple turns, I think, are fairly low. There you go. So without even looking at the cards, I just ended it. Now we can go this, and this, and this, and this, and this. 7, 6, 7, 8, or 7, 6, 7, 6, 5. Or we just leave it as it is. Let's see. Let's go with this. 7, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then, do we want to destroy cards? Yep. That was worth it. Yeah, that sets them up very nicely where she's going to be unlikely to really play any cards. Meanwhile, I have a shuffle and I could play this now to all of a sudden start over again. 2. And guess we shuffle now. We have 13 damage. We need just a couple more damage and we'll win. And again, this really feels like we are winning simply because of luck and nothing else. 9, 8. And then 9. And then 8. Then 9. Then 0, 1. 0. Then go to 9 again and 8. Ooh, another spare card. 7. 6. Another joker. We are getting very lucky here. 7. And nothing more needs to be played. And we are actually fairly lucky here. It must be going easy on me because we're 55 minutes into this chapter, and usually in the past couple chapters we've been closer to an hour and 10 minutes at this point. Take this handkerchief, Lady Cornelia. Wipe the suds away from so you can grip the bat. Thank you, Maria. It's just like really really no story at all. So we have another item that cancels the soap disarm effect, which I guess tells us there will never be another disarm effect. I'm gonna wipe the floor with you. Here I come. And still can't really change your equipment, because I guess if I could change my equipment, I would really destroy her. Okay. 66 damage and 1 cancel disarm ability. Okay. We'll play that much and we can't do anything else. We may very well not be able to do anything anyway, so now is not a terrible time to just end the turn 3 times. And not even look at what the cards are. There we go. Do we use this now, or do we play? See, 7 plus 6. What's that? Yeah, it's not a lot of cards, so I think I just disarm. Just end the turn and live with the disarm concept. This could be 9. She was doing a lot of damage, but she really did a lot of the work for me too. Clear this. Can we do this? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. If I discover this one, 2, 3, 2. Now if I did a 5, I could do a 5 and a 7. Do we want more combo, or 5, 7, and then who knows? Yeah, 5, 7, 8, 7. That sets us up, I think, as nicely as we can be set up. She's now going to kind of struggle to make matches, as am I. And that'll probably just reset this. There is another handkerchief under here, I suspect. Not another soap thing. If not that, then something completely unrelated. It'd be interesting in one of these games, in one of these duels, if you unlocked a new weapon and then all of a sudden it's just immediately equipped. That would be a mid-game changer. Mid-game game changer, I suppose. Yep. But yeah, unless she gets more soap somehow, it may not really be necessary. And we just need to get somewhat lucky with these matches, or use spare cards. 9, 8, 7. Do we shuffle now? Could we get to 24? 5. If we were, should we play this first? 3, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, 3, 2, 1, 2. Shuffle. And then 3, 2, 1. And then burn. And then if I did this too, it would be a 3 and a 4 and a 5. This is 15. There's just too high of a damage of a chance of dying and then going back and having to do it all over again. So can Joker get us further? Well, Joker card, then a 9, an 8, a 7, and an 8 gets us to 25, which I think wins it for us. 9 here. And we've got nothing more to play, but we will hammer this to end up with another one of those. And 5. Not really doing great as far as the Joker cards, and that still only gave us 2 stars. It was a good clean fight. Or take this soap and leave me be. Yeah, there's really just no story revealed right in the middle of the game where it feels like story would be revealed. So we have now 2 bars of soap, disarm an opponent's weapon temporarily, which I think that would be very useful. And we have a clean handkerchief. I've been putting off a conversation with my friend governess Miss Croker. She wants to talk to me about you, Maria. That is what I have been so scared to talk about. Lady Cornelia, she has my letters. She said she'd show everyone what those filthy gentlemen were scribbling unless I left Darkmoor Hall or paid to keep her quiet. She's always despised me. That's blackmail. She's so sour and treacherous. I refused to do it, but somehow she swiped my letters and hid them all. That's when I cooked up the escape plan. I couldn't see another way. Alright, so we finally get an explanation of whatever is in those letters, assuming Maria is telling the truth, and I think this story is too simplistic to assume anything other than that. And I'm not sure we've even seen who our governess is, but she does seem like she is going to be one of the main bad guys, although it seems like there's probably at least 3 main bad guys in Peregrine, the magistrate, and the governess. Croker simply can't get away with this. I'll put in this right. Don't worry. You can count on me. You look and smell much better, Shadowhand. I have more fine clothing if you need it. Alright, so item-wise, we want to put one of these in here first. And I think the number of times we'll actually need that is probably pretty low. And then guess we'll take that since we have one of those. And I guess we'll take that since we have one of those. And it's so cheap. Of course you'll just buy these. Alright, for this item, it's a defensive one, provides an extra passive ability slot plus 1 defense if worn with the Spanish stays, which I would probably assume shoes. Okay. Can I afford all this? 20% chance to resist piercing and also +5 defense if worn with the Spanish sleeves. Okay, so buy these two for 1,000. Okay. That. There. That. There. And then stealth +30, increased chance to start versus effective lower leg protection. I wish I had more money. I wasted money in the last turn. Boost grog bombs and throwing knife damage by 50%. That's probably not worth 500 gold. And then weapons wise, we can't continue to buy anything that would be a useful weapon. Yeah, I think we had the riding crop. Let's see. 20% chance to cause bleeding. And that was a charge of 4. And then charge of 5 to do 11 with 11 damage. Versus charge of 5 to do 12 damage. Charge of 6 to do 13 damage. 25% to pierce. I guess the question really is, do we want to get away from the laundry bat? Or is the laundry bat actually the better weapon? I mean, it has a really high damage and not a particularly high charge. So finally we may have found a melee weapon worth playing. And it's a tool. So it almost feels like there should be something that would increase your tool effectiveness. But I'm not sure. This gives you an extra equipment gear. So I took that off. Sea swords, land guns. This is bombs and throwing knives. So it doesn't seem like there's anything sword wise. Seems like we're also possibly gonna fill out our inventory. And yeah, we lost the equipment slot because of that. Which, you know what, we'll take one of these. You can't stack things. Okay. And just need to keep on playing finesse. Like, as much as possible. I still can't see it being the wrong move. Luck is nice and all. Charging active abilities faster is nice and all. Getting more guile would be nice, but no, I think that's it. Spanish sleeves with Spanish strays gives you 3 defense extra. And, well, actually 4 defense extra. And that totally changes how things would play out. Oh, and then we have a passive ability, which we should use. Do we want an extra on Duel? Face down special cards under the mouse cursor. Or just an extra undo. I think an extra undo is probably more useful. Unfortunately, we really don't have a lot of passive abilities, so there isn't the greatest of arguments of having an extra ability. And this is weird. It says it's when it gives you an extra random card when combined with the heirloom brooch. I don't see an heirloom brooch. I just don't think I've seen that at all. So how could we have missed an item? Or are we going to get an item so late in the game that synergizes with an item we got very early in the game? Unless there's a case where if I played this on relaxed, I would get more items or different items. Or if I just played the chapters multiple times through, I might get different items. Different loot things. Yeah, here is, I assume, what our governess is supposed to be, and I have never seen her before. And then Avalon Marsh, and then the coaching in stables in Avalon Marsh again. Yeah. Darkmoor Labyrinth, Robber's Ruin 2, and Hollow Way. Seems like there's a long list of people we've just never even seen, except for Lady Cornelia herself and the main guy. And I guess that's true in the past too, is that a significant number of these final bosses you beat show up as final bosses and then really don't play any major part in the story. Alright, well, we managed to move a little bit faster, so maybe the chapters are going to get a little bit easier. It's an hour and 12 minutes into this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.